Well, on a night when we had our worst offensive performance of the season, we had to be almost perfect defensively. And down the stretch, we were anything but perfect. And it was our veterans that made one mistake after another with getting back in transition, with fouling a three-point shooter, which is insanity. So it's a very disappointing night. Give them a lot of credit for hanging in there, but this is a night where we had very little. You can go. You don't have to see. Go. Questions?
How you doing, Coach? Cal Griffin of All Things Hoops. I just want to speak about your guard play, specifically with Ian Jackson. It looks like, from the outside looking in, that the confidence is being lost. Is that a fact, or?
Obviously, you haven't watched him because he's been playing really good basketball. He had a bad night tonight, especially defensively, giving up to play a strong hand, not switching at the end. So he's been playing good basketball, so obviously you haven't watched him. He just had a bad night.
Yeah.
And he's been playing with a lot of confidence, so I don't know where you got that from.
Rick, what did you make of the offenses? Why do you think you struggled?
We just lost our confidence when we kept missing, and then they just wanted to feed Zuby the ball almost every time down the court because they lost their confidence. I mean, you got one player that's 1 for 12, you got another player 1 for 8, another player 1 for 4, another player 3 for 13, and it was just a one-man show tonight. Only one guy had it, so you had to be. Look, every now and then, not this type of night. You're going to have a night like this. Even the crowd was like 50% Providence, which was disappointing. It was disappointing by us, disappointing all the way around, and now our backs into the wall very early in the season.
Rick, when you're struggling offensively late in the game, you kind of just alluded to it, and only Zuby has it going on, but you need production from other players. Do you sense guys are ready to step into the moment and try to deliver?
It
like
was
you
all
had last
defensive
year?
mistakes that lost us the game. All. Zuby not getting back, Dylan not blocking out, down 2 points and not getting back and getting broken down. Two guys missed a shot and a guard comes up with the rebound, fouling the three-point shooter. So we still had a 5-point lead. So it's all the defensive mistakes. Ian not switching when we're in a one defense. So it's all defensive breakdowns. You didn't have a good night, and everybody got tight because they were missing. But regardless, you still have a 5-point lead, and if you play great defense, you can win the game.
Rick, you used the phrase "back to the wall." What is the avenue out of this situation for you?
Like I said, we're going to lose games. We shouldn't have lost tonight, but we're going to lose games. This is not last year's team. I said it all along. We have high hopes, but what I'm noticing right now is a team that has a lot of frailties, and it showed tonight for the first time that guys just worried about the missed shot rather than just being meticulous about scouting, because we did some things from a scouting standpoint we haven't done all year.
Do you see a particular thing that you really want to drill down on to get them out of this back to the wall situation?
We got to win. I mean, when I say back to the wall, it's because our record's not good. We lost at home, so it's not a good situation. But we got to dig out. Our veterans did not make good defensive plays down the stretch. Can't foul a three-point shooter. That's insanity, and he did foul him. So you can't not block out with a 2-point game. You can't get beat over top. You can't make a turnover on a high-low and be short. So it was a collective bunch of guys that just had a bad night, and we'll get ready for anybody in this league can beat us. Anybody. There's not a team in this league that can't beat us. We had to play all out to beat DePaul. So there's not a team that can't beat us. Providence got a lot of talent, and they showed it down the stretch and making big shots.
Rick, in terms of closing out, obviously that's the one area this team seems to struggle with is second half, end of the game, being able to come together. How do you recover from a game like this where it was a home loss and now go forward to Marquette and
Well, we're
some
not
of the other
playing
teams?
Marquette, playing Butler.
Butler next, but how do you
Just get ready,
recover?
prepare for Butler. Guys know they didn't play well. They've been moving the ball great. They just came off the best offensive performance of the year. And, you know, they got very tight because they were having an off night offensively. And it filtered over to, and what I kept telling them is, defense will win this game. And we did everything wrong defensively with the game on the line, which I just mentioned. And it wasn't one person, it was everybody making a mistake.
Rick, we know now that there was some consideration about maybe a mid-season acquisition. Is that like a?
No, I said I didn't go for it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is that a concept you might revisit?
No, I won't revisit it. We'll shoulder it. And by the way, the guys I was looking at, I didn't think were that good. That could turn it around and really make a big difference. So, no, we'll stick with what we have, and hopefully get better.
Rick, early last season, you talked about the transfers that you brought in, needing them, like, having to learn how to win because they came from programs that necessarily didn't win a lot. Do you sense the same thing with this year's transfers about learning how to win and close some of these games out in the second half?
Said it all along. These guys are great guys. They just had an awful night collectively, except for Zuby. Every single player had their worst night of the season. And it mushroomed into overflowing with the defensive mistake. I can live with the fact that you have an off night. I can't live with the fact that you made those defensive mistakes at the end of the game. That's not switching, not blocking out, fouling a three-point shooter, getting beat one-on-one with a crossover move. All those things are extremely bothersome because the game is on the line. So they'll learn maybe a valuable lesson down the stretch. It's going to get us a victory by digging in. But look, we just came off our best offensive performance. Well, everybody was thinking it's now a great offensive team. And tonight we started out. Anytime Zuby's your outside threat, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. So we're not going to get down. We're going to try to get better. But like I said all along, this is a good, decent team. They're going to play hard. Tonight they didn't play smart, and it cost us. But you got to give Providence a lot of credit for the way they played, making big shots, doing good things, and they deserve a lot of credit because they lost two really tough overtime games, and they came back from a 2-week break without playing, and they were ready to play tonight. So you got to give them a lot of credit. All right, Happy New Year, everybody.